2 years ago, I bought the most expensive book on Amazon. The most expensive marketing book on Amazon is $379. It's called Breakthrough Advertising by Eugene Schwartz. Really good book, but a pain in the butt to read. It took me 9 months to finish the thing. It's old, written in the 60s, widely held as the best marketing book of all time. And that might be going too far, but it's a really good book. My number one takeaway from the book was to ask this question before you write anything. If you're writing ads or webinars or emails or whatever you're writing, always ask, what do your prospects already know? Are they aware of the problem that they have? Are they aware of solutions? Are they aware of your solution? Do they really want your solution? Those 4 different levels of awareness, actually he walks through 5 of them, will dictate how you write your copy. And in the book, he gives you prompts and examples and different ways to approach each one of those stages of awareness. I recorded a training to my team internally 2 years ago when I read the book, walking them through the 5 stages of awareness and then showing modern day Facebook ads and how they fit each one of these. So if you write anything, if you write emails, if you write ads, if you write webinars, if you write copy to persuade people to do things, this book is really good. The training ride to distill it down is even better. I'm just going to give it to you for free because this week I'm on vacation. We're not having a live shop talk. So I recorded this 2 years ago for my team. I recently ran across it and was like, man, this is really good. So let me just put it on the YouTube channel. So enjoy this breakthrough advertising training. This is my number one takeaway from the book. It's really helpful. Enjoy. So chapter 2 of Breakthrough Advertising lays out a really interesting question. And so the question is this, what do your prospects, your ideal people, your ideal leads, what do they already know about you? And it makes a good case for that's the first question you should ask before you write an ad. So what do they know about your product? What do they know about their own desire to solve the problem that exists? What do they know about the problem that you solve? What do they know about their need to have it solved? Like, what's their awareness level? And this line actually comes out of another book that I read recently that tracks very closely to breakthrough advertising. But this question matters because it completely changes the way you'll approach and talk to your prospect. Everything they know before they read your ad will determine not just what you say, but how you say it. Okay, so then breakthrough advertising goes on to lay out 5 stages of awareness. The most aware people, these are people that already know of your product, know what it does, and know they want it. So these people are really simple. The product aware people, people that know your product, but not everything that it does, or that if they really want it, or if it's the right fit. Desire aware people, people that know the desire and the result they want. They have internal awareness that the problem that your product solves, that they want that problem solved. And when you hear people talk about sell painkillers and not vitamins, this is really what they're talking about. They're talking about selling to the desire aware people and selling your product and positioning your product in a way where the people that are already desire aware see it and immediately escalate up the stages of awareness to the most aware that want it. So desire aware people know the desire and the result they want, but not that your product will fulfill that desire, or maybe not that any product can. They might not be product aware of your category, of your specific product, but they are aware of their desire and they do want to solve it. Need aware people know they have a problem that they want to fix, but they don't necessarily know anything about your product or that a product category exists to solve the problem. And then not aware people are totally unaware of the problem. They have no desire to fix it because they don't even know they have it. So just in general, it would make sense that if your best fit, if the people you're advertising to are need aware people, that your ad would probably look very different than if you're advertising to the most aware people, and vice versa. If you're advertising to product aware people, people that know about it but aren't convinced, you're going to write one thing. If you're advertising to people who have no idea they even have the problem at all, then you're going to write a totally different ad. So let's go through a few examples of this. I've attempted to put together a few, and these are just my estimations on what my viewpoint. I don't think the authors of these ads probably thought about this at all, and that's evident probably in some of these ads because they're kind of a mixture of different awareness levels. But I wanted to attempt to go through my ads I've saved over the years and look through a few and give you my interpretation of what awareness level the ad speaks to and maybe why it's working and why it's not. So most aware ad. This is really interesting. Just look at the first sentence. I'm feeling sassy today, so I'll cut straight to it. Have you grabbed Pocket products yet? So what we know, the target audience of this is not, it's people that know the name of the product and at least are in stage 1 or stage 2. And if you go on, let's see what the headline is. Ditch lead magnets, try Pocket products. So it's leading with a product name. The headline is assuming that you know about the product already. Pocket Products formula is exactly how I started my business, and I've tested the bejesus out of it. Then she goes in from a headline. Really the image doesn't do anything unless you know who she is, but I think this is a most aware, maybe a product aware ad, but definitely somebody, because she's leading with price, she's leading with name of product. You're definitely going to be in stage 1 or stage 2, probably stage 1 people, maybe borderline stage 2 people who know the product but don't know if it's the right fit. And then in the ad, she goes through explaining a little bit more detail. All right, second one. This one's interesting. Hero Post, some kind of social media management tool of some sort. All-in-one social media management tool, one-time price, no monthly fees, and here's all the things it does. And then the ad, the actual image, shows you, it compares it to HubSpot, Hootsuite, which is, everybody would know this, Best Fit clients would know this logo. $129 a month. This one's $197, so they talk about price a good bit. All-in-one social media manager. So typically, what I think the book talks about this, and what I've seen to be true too, if you lead with price, you almost defaultly are focusing on the top 3, usually the top 1 or 2 awareness levels. So I think this ad probably does a mixture. It could probably, where'd that go? Does a mixture of pulling in most aware people for sure. Like this ad would definitely work on them. It reminds them of the product. It reminds them of the price and shows them how it's better than the alternative, and then reminds them of what it does and gives you a visual comparison of that. So it's definitely a most aware ad. Might work like as a retargeting ad for a product aware person. Like this could work as an ad for somebody that's been to the sales page, or has been to whatever you click to go here, whatever the page is that sells the thing, or you could retarget them with this. And that's a good use case for these product aware and most aware people. Is these are basically Facebook retargeting ads. People that are already aware of you, already know what's going on. These people aren't. They don't know of your product. They don't even know if maybe that your product category exists, but they do want to solve it. So these types of ads, you're going to lead with the product name. This is, you're going to probably talk about price and hard push them in because they already are aware of you. Maybe a little bit with this one, but then reminding them and handling objection handling, helping them realize how it's a good fit. So both of these kind of do a mixture of both things. All right, let's go to the third ad for Doodly. So this is what I've categorized as a product aware ad. For a short time, we're offering a Doodly for a one-time price of $67. The power is in your hands to create professional hand-sketch doodle videos wherever you want. So this one reminds them of the deal, mentions the name and a price. So you got to be aware of the product for this ad to have any impact at all. If you've never heard of Doodly before, maybe you would sit there long enough to watch it, but maybe not. And obviously this ad seems to be working. They got tons of interactions, tons of comments. They've been running this ad and put a lot of money to this ad. So this ad, or at least the video, is working well. So they're targeting primarily product-aware people here, people that know of the product, maybe borderline desire-aware into product-aware people, but you're not going to see this ad, have never heard of infographics before or doodle videos. You definitely have heard of them. You definitely know what that is and why you would want them, because they're not even trying to convince you of why you would want them. They're just showing you can get this specific thing here, and here's the price, and they mention the name and the price. So that's going to escalate you into stage 1 or stage 2. So this is a good example of a product-aware ad. All right, let's go to desire-aware. So desire-aware, just as a refresh, they know the desire they want, but not that your product will fulfill that desire. So you're probably not going to be leading with price, probably not going to be leading with product name. You're probably going to be talking about the desire they have, expanding that, but then ending potentially with product name, price, and that kind of thing, depending on your price point. So let's see what happens there. This is an interesting one, Buzzboard. I've never heard of this before. Perfect for digital marketing agencies. Notice no price, no product name, none of that's here. Perfect for digital marketing agencies, so they call out the type of person. Looking to, here comes the desire, 2x their business with 1/10 of the work. Really short copy. They could obviously have a long version of this as well. And they have a video talking you through it, 1 minute and 45 seconds. But this is a pretty interesting take because they don't do a lot of body copy, but they use the video to do the heavy lifting here. And it seems like they've spent a decent amount of ad spend on this, so maybe it's working to some degree for them. But this is a good example of a short form with a video supplementary of a desire-aware ad. So it doesn't mention product name, doesn't mention price. It mentions the type of person in this case, the desire they have, and a little bit of a qualifier on it with this particular parameter put on it. Let's go to the next one. Okay, Infographia, some kind of infographic thing. Get access to our library of 1,600 infographic templates. Notice no product name, no price. They don't even mention, I think, product name or price anywhere in here.
Infographics give you the extra visual punch you need to create truly memorable presentations. Save time and bring your ideas to life today. So they're taking the desire, which is someone like the desire they're fulfilling seems to be someone who wants to make infographics more efficiently, better looking ones, that kind of thing. They're not trying to sell you on why you need infographics. They would be talking down. You need to talk to somebody that was need or not aware. If you want to do that, the copy will look totally different. They're talking to someone who already has the desire to produce infographics and make them look good and do that maybe more efficiently. So give you the visual punch you need to truly remarkable presentations. They do a little bit of maybe need focused stuff here, but this ad is not set up at all to handle need focused people. So they could probably refine this and make this copy a tad bit better. Save time, bring your ideas to life today, get access to our full library of 1,600 infographics. So this kind of blends a desire and need aware. I think they'd do better with this ad if they just focus straightly on need aware people. Now, they've obviously run tons of ad spend at this, so this seems to be working for them. 600 comments, 7,000 interactions. They've spent a lot of money on this ad. So if they're doing any kind of performance marketing, they're making money on that. So that's a good example of a desire with a little bit of need aware mixed into it. All right, next stage of awareness is need aware. Knows they have a problem and want to fix it. Doesn't know anything about your product or other products that solve the problem. So they could just not know about your product, or they could not know about the product category at all. But they know they have a problem that they need to fix. So let's look at an example of that. A drift. This is a really interesting one. So notice they're not talking about the name of their product. They're not talking about price. They're selling you on a solution, not a product in the beginning. And then they might transition to product. So notice what's happening. The person they're targeting here is someone that knows they have the problem they want to fix. They don't know about your product. They don't know about other products potentially. So they need to take the need, which in this case is for sales reps to sell more and be more efficient and be better at their job. That's the need. So this ad's going to take that need and expand upon it and bridge a gap over to their solution. So the average rep writes 100 outbound sales emails per day, yet only 48% of SDRs are actually hitting their quota. Why? So they're like building upon the need. This is the need. My reps aren't, or I'm not converting well, and I'm really inefficient because personalization. Now they present a solution. They're going to build desire for their particular product and method here, because personalization and authenticity can't be accomplished with just a name and a token top of line email. No matter the process you follow, there's only one thing that will always separate a forgettable email from a great one: personality. And they go into bridging the gap into their particular. They have a free download kind of thing. So this is focusing pretty top of the funnel. They're focusing on need-aware people. They don't know that they need this thing. They're not aware of their product. They're definitely not super aware of the product. They know they have a problem. They know they're aware they need to fix a problem of some sort. And this ad does a good job of opening up, reminding them of that problem, building upon it, and giving them a guide to fix the problem. They're not even going for a sale here. They're going for a free download. All right, let's skip to the last one, not aware. I had actually a hard time finding that. There's a lot less Facebook ads focused on the not aware people. The further you get down the awareness change, the less Facebook ads. A lot of people focus on most aware, product aware all the time, that's the smallest piece of the market. Start there, that's fine, but there's not a ton of people there. You just have to work your way down. So this guy writes really good ads, by the way. Mike Shreve, I've started following him. So this is the ad. Notice, all right, let's remind, not aware, totally unaware of the problem and has no desire to fix it due to this. I think this one kind of is a combo of 4 and 5, but I think this could pass as a not aware ad. And yeah, this is a small freelancer course kind of guy who has a lot of interaction, lots of comments, lots of shares. So this ad seems to be working well. Lots of interaction, lots of money spent on this ad. So it's doing a good job with that market. So what's it really like to be a freelance writer? Notice the starting point. Notice the starting point of a most aware person. I'm feeling sassy, so I'll cut to the chase. Have you grabbed the product yet? Another example. Name a product, price, reminding of benefits. This is all super bottom of the funnel, super aware people. Now notice the extreme end of that, not aware at all. What's it really like to be a writer? That's a question probably a decent amount of people ask. You don't need to be aware of any need, any problem, any desire, not needed. But he'll do a good job of building some of that here. Now, I think to be a true not aware ad, it would probably have to be a little longer form, but it does a good job here. I'm a full-time freelance writer, hired pen, a word mercenary of the creative bent. Could people give me money? Cool people give me money and I write stuff for them. For the most part, I wake up when I want, do projects I want. I also made more than a doctor last year, actually more than 2. I didn't graduate college. I'm not particularly talented. So this is talking to the common man. Like, what's it like to be a writer? Anybody that's interested in that question will read, and he paints a pretty vivid picture of he's not has anything special. He makes a good bit of money from this, but it doesn't using gradualization technique that's talked about in chapter 10, I think, of Breakthrough Advertising. But here's what I do have, and this is what I do. And then he goes straight to offer. Like, it goes from a not aware group to an offer in not many words, a couple hundred words here. This is pretty pound for pound effective, and the interaction and amount of ad spend he seems to be putting on this shows that this is doing a pretty good job. This is seems to be a very effective, not aware, maybe slightly need aware ad. So those are the 5 stages of awareness: most aware, product aware, desire aware, need aware, not aware. A couple takeaways for me. Number 1, before starting your ad, define the level of awareness that the ad is targeted to. It'll greatly impact the type of ad you write. This ad is completely different from this ad, which is completely different from this ad, because they serve different levels of awareness. And then, once you write for whatever stage you want, write one for another stage. Like, you could write 3 different variants around each of these awareness levels and have 15 totally different ads. At the very least, write one for each stage of awareness. At the very least, write one for the top 4 stages of awareness. And then each week or each month, write a variant on that, focusing on another angle of a need aware.
Hey, my name's Brian Harris. Hope you enjoyed that video. I didn't give a proper introduction. So my name's Brian Harris. I run a company called Growth Tools, and I help online entrepreneurs grow their businesses by coaching them, creating a marketing plan for them, giving them our proven playbooks, and then walking side by side with them to execute that. My goal is to make it almost impossible for you to fail at growing your business. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about our coaching program now. Hire us and you'll get unlimited on-demand sales and marketing coaching with regular Zoom calls and less than 3-hour email response time. You'll also get your own custom step-by-step marketing plan made by me and my team of proven marketers, plus exclusive access to my private marketing and sales playbooks. Michael Hyatt recently hired us to coach his team, and check out what happened.
Working with Brian and his team helped us to generate the best month of sales that we ever had for Business Accelerator, and those results are continuing to compound.
Get more information about my coaching program by texting COACH to 615-903-8108. That's COACH to 615-903-8108. All the details are in the description.